Why do you overthink everything? Except you don't. You've never laid awake wondering how to spell necessary. One C, two S's. You're welcome. You don't replay buying a sandwich. But one message, you'll read it 11 times. A conversation from 3 days ago, you'll run it all night. That isn't a thinking problem. It's an uncertainty problem. Your brain is running what amounts to an open search, and it has no idea how to stop. Everyone keeps telling you overthinking means you think too much, that you just need to relax, stop caring so much, and it will go away. Wrong. Overthinking is your brain trying to solve uncertainty by thinking when the answer either doesn't exist yet or only turns up after you act. Your brain has spent your whole life learning one rule. Every question has an answer. What does this cost? It finds out. What's that actor's name? The one from The Thing? It finds out. What time does the shop close? It finds out. So when any question turns up, your brain does the one thing it's built to do. It goes looking. And the moment it finds the answer, it stops. Finding the answer is the only thing that makes it stop. And almost everything in your life, that system works. It's been right 1,000 times. Which is why it doesn't occur to you that this time there's nothing to be right about. That's necessary. You wondered how to spell it, you checked, your brain lets it go. Now hand your brain a different kind of question. Does this person like me? Did I make the right decision? Was everyone in that meeting quietly judging me? Your brain does the same thing. Goes looking. From the inside, these questions feel identical to the spelling question. Same itch, same pull. No warning light that says careful. This one has no answer. So it commits. Full confidence. Zero chance of success. But this time, there's nothing to find. So it doesn't stop. It just keeps looking. And you never call off the search yourself, because looking feels like getting somewhere. It feels responsible. Like you're nearly there. You're not nearly there. There's nowhere to arrive. You can't brute force a solution to a question that has no solution. But that's what your brain is trying to do. That's the open search. A question your brain treats like every other question it's ever answered, except this one has no result to close it. You're not broken for doing this. Your brain is doing what it's built to do. The question was never one it could finish. You've been blaming yourself for failing at something that was never going to succeed. But the search doesn't stay the same size. It grows. Every time you go looking and find nothing, you don't come back empty-handed. You come back with new questions. One worry becomes 3. 3 become 9. You start with, did I sound stupid? And 40 minutes later, you're somehow deciding whether anyone has ever truly liked you. Every time you go looking, you turn up about 4 new things to worry about. I made that number up. But so is the idea that looking one more time will finally find it. This is why it's always worse at night. During the day, the world keeps interrupting. A message arrives. Something needs doing. A small, answerable question turns up and gives your brain something it can finish. At night, nothing competes. No new input. Nothing you can do about any of it at 1 in the morning. Just you, and every question you've been too busy to sit with all day. So the search runs and runs. You call it insomnia. It's just an open search with nothing left to interrupt. Why do you replay conversations? Still looking. Why read one message 11 times? Looking for something that isn't in it. Why rehearse arguments that never happen? Still looking. Why reread a message you already sent? Looking. Why can't you just pick a restaurant? Looking for the right answer when any of them is fine. You ask 5 people the same question, hoping one of them has what the others didn't. Same search, different rooms. And because looking feels productive, the search leaves your head. First stop, the internet. Google taught you answers exist. So did YouTube. So did every search bar you've ever typed into. So when you can't stop, you search for real. And the internet hands you 10,000 opinions, which is just 10,000 more things to look through. You didn't end the search. You gave it more rooms to check. Then there's AI, because AI answers you. You can type the real question. Does she like me? Did I ruin everything? And it will give you a calm, confident, well-organised reply to a question it has no way of knowing. It never tells you there's nothing to find. It always finds something. So you feel certain for about a minute. Then you rephrase it and ask again. Then you try a second one in case the first was too generous. New search, same nothing, then other people. You ask a friend. They reassure you. And for about 10 minutes you feel better. Then it comes back. Because reassurance isn't the answer. It's just someone telling you to stop looking. You didn't want their opinion. You wanted them to make the uncertainty go away. And the moment they're gone, you start again. The question still has no answer. You never found anything. The search just paused to listen, then carried on. Your friend goes home thinking they helped. Your brain didn't even sit down. The looking is what produces the doubt, not the question, the searching. You're not getting closer to an answer. You're manufacturing more questions to search through. Every rephrased question to an AI. Every "does this seem okay?" to a friend. Both feel like progress. Both widen the search. The more effort you put in, the further away you get. And that effort is the thing that convinces you to keep going. It's the only problem that gets worse the harder you work on it. The people who don't seem to do this, you assume they're more certain than you are. They're usually not. They've learned to stop looking before they've found anything. They've accepted the answer isn't there to find. From the outside, that looks like confidence. Most of the time, it's something quieter. A willingness to stop searching and not know. They didn't solve the open search. They closed it without a result. And that felt fine. They didn't find the answer you missed. There was no answer to miss. They're just comfortable sitting with the same blank space you've been trying to fill in since Tuesday. The answer to the questions you're searching was never sitting in your head waiting to be found. It doesn't exist yet. You only make it the moment you move. No amount of looking will turn up an answer that hasn't been made yet. You send the message and then you know where you stand. You start the thing you've been avoiding. You find out if it works. That decision you've been circling for a week, you make it. Takes about 4 seconds, which is irritating given how many hours went into avoiding those 4 seconds. The answer shows up after you act. It was never going to show up before. So the open search has one way to close. The smallest action that creates the answer you were looking for. The question isn't, how do I become certain? Try, can I only find this out by doing it? One of those has an answer. The other one, you could search forever. So why do you overthink everything? You don't. You just can't close a search that was never going to return a result. I've been editing this script for 2 hours trying to decide if the ending is good enough. Turns out the only way to find that out was to post it. If that helped, consider subscribing. Just don't read the button 11 times first.